right, I'm here to talk about one of my favorite subjects. And you thought it was core stability, but turns out it's actually feet. There's a few exercises that I'm going to show you, and they're really hard. They seem like they should be really easy, but from modern day shoes, we all cram our feet inside of shoes that are tapered at the top, and they're very rigid. They don't let our feet just be feet. It'd be like putting our hands inside of little braces all day long, and that's not very functional, and our whole body is supported by our feet, so we need to be able to get them to move again. So first thing I'm going to show you is called short foot or arch doming, all sorts of words for this, or tripod. Everybody calls it something different. Basically, you want to work on building up your arch again. So I actually collapse quite a bit. So if I'm not really paying attention, I can just let my foot just right to the inside. And so it takes a lot to try to build that back up again. The way you're going to do that, you're going to go to the base of your first metatarsal, base of your fifth metatarsal, and your heel. So that's the tripod that you're making. And you are pushing through those 3 points. And you'll see, there's my arch again. And then I'm relaxed. And it totally caves in. Pushing and relaxing. And ideally, you don't want to be in the position that I am. You would just be standing here to here. And your foot is probably going to start cramping, so that's great. That means that you're actually using those muscles. I'm not nervous about that. Cramping is a good thing. Okay, so once you have mastered that, this is called toe yoga. And all you want to do is pick up your big toe and not any other toe. I can't do it in this position. Right? So straight up, straight down. A lot of people cannot do this right away. It takes a lot of practice because our toes have been so shut down. So these are all like the little tiny muscles inside our foot that they actually don't really fire anymore, and they don't help our foot anymore. This is the opposite. Lifting all 4 toes, leaving down the big toe. And the reason I started here is because that's usually what most people have to do, because all the toes are just going to come up together. They can't separate them. So start this way. All your hands here. I'm sorry, your hand on all your toes here. And then just lift that big toe. Try to do like 20 at least. But if you can get up to like 2 sets of 20, and then eventually be able to do it on your own, and then be able to do it standing, and then the opposite. Try your best to not do this. Right? So that's just my ankle. It looks like I'm lifting my toes, but really it's just my ankle pronating. And I can feel it in my arch. It's burning, and that's a good thing. And then the other thing is toe splay. So toe splay is pulling your toes apart, splaying them. And that's kind of what it looks like. So I'm just pulling them all apart as much as I can. So right, my foot is used to being inside of a shoe, and that's the shape of a typical shoe, even like a typical running shoe. That's what happens to your feet. That's terrible. So now we're trying to get our toes to spread apart and then hold them there. Right, so I'm leaving them there, and then I'm going to try to actually bear weight. Stand up, hold it. I've got my arch doming going on. I'm not letting my foot collapse in. I've got my 3 points down, and I've got my toes splayed. So you can even start, pull your toes apart with your hands. Hold them out, hold them, and let there be weight, and you'll feel that arch just start firing. It's a killer. And then, to give your foot a little bit of relief, if you have a foot rubs, or if you have a, just a golf ball is really all you need. But a golf ball or something like this, if you got one of these, or if you have one of these, if you have a fancy little soft tissue mobilization tool, any of those, to then work on the bottom of your foot like this. It's my foot rub, or any kind of massage ball that you have. These are better for the foot because the foot's so sensitive. They're flat spikes instead of like spiky spikes. And I find spikies to be too much for the bottom of my foot. Kind of hurts. This is a little more tolerable. If you have like one of these massagers, you can go all the way up your calf. Or if you have a stick, this is called the stick. Up and down the calf muscles. And not just the back, remember the front too. You get a big bone here, so avoid that. Whoop, I just got it. But yeah, it's a killer. Or even one of these tools on the front. Or you can just use a tennis ball or a golf ball and let your body roll over the ball if you're laying down. And then you can use it on your foot too. It's really important when you're trying to strengthen all these little tiny muscles that you keep the muscles as supple and loose as you can. Cool, well that is part 1 of my obsession with feet. So please enjoy that and let me know how it goes.